Welcome back. Saronic Technologies, an autonomous maritime shipbuilding company, further advancing its mission of ensuring maritime superiority after the latest funding round. The company just raised $1.75 billion in Series D funding, putting the company at a $9.25 billion valuation. Saronic currently is working to produce advanced autonomous ships used to protect trade and sustain American power at sea. Joining me now is the co-founder and CEO of Saronic Technologies, Dino Mavrookas. Dino, great to see you. Congratulations to you. What are you going to use that money for?
Hi, Maria. Great to be here. We're going to use this capital to, at the highest level, drive investment into the shipbuilding industrial base. We're going to go build new shipyards in this country. You mentioned we're redefining maritime superiority by building unmanned vessels, right? Unmanned boats and ships for the Navy that can be mass produced at a fraction of the price point of traditional manned ships. Why is that important? The Navy's in a shipbuilding crisis right now. The United States has 0.1% of global shipbuilding capacity. China can outbuild us 230 to 1, right? A naval destroyer takes 6 to 8 years to make one of them. We're talking about producing ships at the rate of 20 per year very, very soon. And we can already produce the small unmanned surface vessels that we built, Corsair, like you see behind me right here, well into the thousands. This capital lets us accelerate that even further. It lets us drive deliveries to our customers around the world. It lets us build new vessels, new ships, and ultimately go build Port Alpha. Port Alpha is going to be one of the largest, most advanced, most efficient, highest throughput shipyards, not in the country, but in the world. We're going to focus on unmanned vessels. We're going to invest billions of dollars. We're going to create thousands of jobs in the process. And we're going to unlock production rates that we haven't seen in this country since World War II. And we're going to do that in a software and technology-first approach.
That is fantastic. I love this. And I love the fact that you come at this not just as a builder and as a business person, but a patriot. You are a former Navy SEAL. Thank you for your incredible service to our great nation. I want to talk about this autonomous shipbuilding and at this moment in time, because President Trump said we need this done on a mass production level. How are you going to take that up in terms of getting that mass production out? And how did we get here? How is it possible that the U.S. got out of the shipbuilding business over the years?
Well, you're exactly right. This is a massive focus of the president, of the administration. When you look at things coming out of the White House, the Maritime Action Plan, shipbuilding is imperative for national security. How are we going to take that up? It all starts with how we're building our products in the first place. If we're just going to go and build the same ships that we've been building for the last 50 years, that's not a winning strategy. But by building autonomous vessels, by building ships that don't require people, you can actually take a first principles approach to the design. You can design the whole ship from the ground up to be much more simple and to be built at scale. And then you have the capital to go invest in the infrastructure to rebuild shipyards. Look, you mentioned, you asked, how did we get here? Well, we started closing down our shipyards. Right? If you look around this country, you actually see apartment buildings called naval yards because those actually used to be naval yards. So we have to go and rebuild the infrastructure that allows mass production, and we have to rethink what a ship actually is from the ground up so that we can produce at scale. Again, if we just go and build the same ships that we've been building for the last 50 years, that's not going to get this country where we need to be.
What do you need from government in terms of permitting, in terms of the regulatory backdrop to continue this acceleration?
And this is absolutely an all-of-country effort, right? When we look at what it's going to take to reindustrialize this country, we have to move fast and we have to move together. Now, we've partnered with the Navy from the day we started the company. right? We actually just had the Secretary of the Navy announce a really large contract with Saronic for $392 million, where he said this is the model of how the Navy wants to partner with industry moving forward, where you have private capital investing ahead of demand, building the capabilities that our warfighters need, not sitting around waiting for contracts, but building the best technology, and then partnering with government to drive this forward even faster.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for President Trump, who knew that these priorities needed to get accelerated, who knew the priorities for this country. Imagine where we would be today, given the adversaries that we face and how they have increased their march against the United States without this focus on mass production, whether it be drones or shipbuilding. Now, I want to hear more about Port Alpha that you just mentioned. And you also recently announced this expansion of your New Orleans offices, planning for a new 15,000 square foot facility to serve as a key engineering and technical hub. You're trying to do this in America.
We're not trying to do this in America. We are doing this in America. The New Orleans office that you mentioned, that actually supports our shipyard in Louisiana. We're already building ships. This time last year, we started operating our first shipyard. What's important to note there is this was actually an existing shipyard that was closing down. They were laying off their entire workforce, and shipbuilding capacity in this yard for our industrial base was going to zero. We stepped in, and very quickly, we retained 100% of the workforce. Within 90 days, we tripled that workforce, and we immediately started building ships. Immediately. We've already completed the construction on our first 2 ships, and we're building more right behind it. And we announced a $300 million investment into that yard to scale the production of Marauders into 20 per year. Again, the current state of the industry is we're building a destroyer 1 every 6 to 8 years, not 20 per year. Now, Port Alpha will take what we're doing there and multiply that by a factor of 5 to 10. Again, this is going to be one of the largest and most advanced shipyards anywhere, again, not in the country, but in the world. We're going to focus on unmanned and autonomous ships. We're going to create thousands of jobs. With our unique approach, we actually can rebuild and retrain and upskill the workforce, start solving supply chain problems that we have in this country. That's how you get to scale. That's how you get to the mass production, again, that we need.
Dino, how much does one of those ships cost?
So without getting into the specifics of the price point, they're orders of magnitude lower than traditional Navy ships, right? A destroyer costs $2 to $3 billion. The Navy actually has a 30-year shipbuilding plan, right? We have 296 ships in the naval fleet today.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
We want to go to 381 over the next 30 years. So that's a net increase of just about 100. That 30-year plan would cost $1.2 trillion. What we're talking about doing at Saronic is not increasing the fleet by 100 over the next 30 years, but by building the capacity to do that in 1 year and save taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars in the process.
Yeah. I like it. Dino, very important work. We're going to be watching that work, and we so appreciate your time this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, good luck with it. Dino Mavrookas joining us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.